Hi, yeah, Omid, I'm sure Omid is just infuriated after that PR high that he got to enjoy that first week after Endgame came out. I can't imagine what it's like. I'd love to be a fly on the room of in his Beverly Hills hotel room right now, hearing what he's saying and how he's handling all of this.
Yes, because I don't know whether you get this sort of daily call from the publishers to say how well things are going, and we sold another 50,000 today, so everybody's happy. You'll be able to buy that motorhome you've always longed for to tour around Europe and meet all your fans. I guess he's not getting those calls, I'm afraid.
I don't know if it's a motorhome he's after as much as it's a facelift, but I understand what you're saying.
Yes, absolutely right. Here's the thing, though. It's not that surprising, but perhaps more surprising is the reaction to not just the book itself, but to the accidental naming of the two members of the royal family who were supposed to have said something that might have been considered slightly racist. I mean, with all of that hype and with all of the conversations around it, the fact that hardly anybody wants to read this book is pretty awful for him.
Mike, I think that it's a reflection of not only people's disdain for Omid Scobie, but I think it's a reflection of where people are at on the Harry and Meghan story.
Yes.
Years ago, specifically Americans wanted to eat up every ounce of information that they could get on Harry and Meghan's big escape. There were Lifetime movies made about it. There were, all sorts of, books written about it. And Omid had the inside scoop. So, of course, we're going to assume Endgame is going to have even greater details. However, nobody went out to buy the book. So I think it says to you, I think it says to me that interest is waning when it comes to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. They're over their victimhood. And I think that they're over their love story. And that's one of the reasons people are really upset over Harry fighting to have his security paid for, because in this instance, again, he says he's being treated unfairly. And another way for Harry to cry wolf, another way for Harry to cry victim.
Yeah, and I think not just in the US of A, but also back here, people are fed up with it, because their lives are an awful lot better than most people's lives. Their house is a lot bigger, their car is a lot better, their private jets are a lot more expensive than the way most people travel around the world. And, most people are going, you've got nothing to complain about. What's wrong with you?
And they're so stuck in the past. We are looking to try to figure out how to improve our lives day to day. I watch your show often, listening to you talk about the migrant crisis, the cost of living, heating or eating. Those are real world problems. And we, as regular people, are figuring out how to navigate this world in some really tough circumstances. While Harry and Meghan seem so fixated on things that happened years ago, they need to move on. You're right. They need to acknowledge their blessings, and they need to focus on the future, because this chapter's closed. People are done. People don't care anymore.
Yeah. It really is. And also, no doubt, Meghan will have been infuriated by that picture that went out last night. It was on the paper's front pages this morning of, the new Fab Four, which is basically King Charles, his wife, the Queen Camilla, and Prince William and Kate.
Okay, well, what I thought you were referencing was the picture of Meghan's paparazzi shot where she's covered in lint. But yes, in comparison, this picture is a knockout. This is the Christmas card you want to get in the mail, right? Yeah. It's absolutely stunning, and this shows unity, strength, and leadership. This will upset Harry and Meghan because they've always talked about how excluded they felt. And not only does this picture show unity and strength, it shows wholeness. It's complete. It's not missing anything. I look at that picture and I feel comfort in that leadership.
Yes, exactly right. And I'm going to let you now talk about the picture of Meghan, but she was supposedly out and about looking happy, supposedly, but she always looks happy, considering she's always moaning about how terrible everything is. She always has a smile on her face, doesn't she?
She does. I loved the headline, I think it was from Daily Mail, that it was an olive branch that she was wearing a 5,000-pound tennis bracelet from Prince Charles. She was probably afraid that the housekeeper was going to take it. She probably doesn't leave the house without it. Right. It's an expensive tennis bracelet. I highly doubt that was an olive branch to the king.